Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the new topic, that is Salmonella, which is under the family Enterobacteriaceae. I am Dr. Sharad Deshmukh from SS Jaiswal College, Arjuni Morgaon. First we will go to see about the characteristics of the family Enterobacteriaceae. So this family Enterobacteriaceae mainly include the gram-negative, non-acid fast, non-sporing, capsulated or non-capsulated, motile or non-motile bacteria. So these are the general characters of the family Enterobacteriaceae. So mainly it is the gram-negative and non-acid fast bacteria. While the other characteristic may vary in different genera, that is whether there is sporing or non-sporing, may be capsulated, some may be non-capsulated, some are motile and some are non-motile. And they are mainly the rod shape, that is the bacilli, and they are about 1 to 5 micron in length. So this is one of the major other characters. These are the gram negative and the rod shape, that is the bacilli, about 1 to 5 micron in length. Second one, they are aerobes and facultative anaerobes, and they are the non-fastidious. This is also one of the important characteristic. As a non-fastidious means they are easy to grow on the ordinary media like nutrient agar, or they can be isolated on the bestly on the MacConkey agar, and they are also the aerobic, and some are the maybe the facultative anaerobic, but there is no anaerobic species among the Enterobacteriaceae group. The another one, they are able to ferment the glucose with acid and gas production. So this is also one of the characteristic feature of the Enterobacteriaceae family. They are able to ferment glucose with the production of acid as well as the gas. They are able to reduce the nitrate to nitrite. They are catalase positive, and they are the oxidase negative. So these biochemical reactions also the characteristic feature. They are always the catalase positive, but they are oxidase negative, and they are able to reduce the nitrate to nitrite. They are most frequently isolated pathogen from any clinical specimen. So as such, if you consider the Enterobacteriaceae family, the number of members or the pathogens from this group are most commonly isolated from the most of the clinical specimen, most commonly. So it is the most broad group of the pathogen that is under the family Enterobacteriaceae. So it becomes necessary to study certain the characteristic feature of this organism. So the first we'll see about the classification of this organism. Initially, on the basis of the lactose fermentation, they are classified as the lactose fermenting, secondly the non-lactose fermenting, and one of the group, that is the late lactose fermenting. So as such, this classification is not the technical one, but for the practical purpose we are using this classification as a lactose fermenting, non-lactose fermenting, and a late lactose fermenting. So generally we refer the lactose fermenter as the LF, the non-lactose fermenter as the NLF, and the late lactose fermenter as the LLF. So it is mainly for the practical purpose. So currently they are classified on the basis of the morphology, biochemical properties, and DNA based composition, and this is the one of the important classification of the Enterobacteriaceae. But earlier what I have told, it was for the practical purpose, for the laboratory identification purpose we are generally using this earlier classification. And this Enterobacteriaceae family is divided into the 8 tribes. We'll see what are these tribes and what are the different genera among these tribes from this Enterobacteriaceae family. So in this case, the first we will see this classification. So the tribe first include the Escherichia, and under which the genus is Escherichia and the Shigella. The second one is the Edwardsella. The genus is the Edwardsella. The third one is the Salmonella. The most important genus and most important pathogen is the Salmonella. The fourth one is the Citrobacter, and the important pathogen is the Citrobacter. The next one, that is the fifth one, is the Klebsiella, which include the Klebsiella, Enterobacter, Serratia, and Hapnea. These four number of the genera are under the Klebsiella. and the sixth one is the Proti, which include the Proteus, Morganella and Providentia group. Then the seventh one is the Yersinia. It include mainly the Yersinia genus, and the last one is the Erwini, which include mainly the Erwinia genus. So these are the various the tribes under which we can see the various genus of the particular tribes, and these are the most common pathogen. We are already hearing about the Escherichia, Shigella, Klebsiella, Salmonella. These are the most important and most commonly isolated pathogen. I have already told you from the clinical specimen. So today we'll stop here and we'll further see one by one. The first we'll go for next lecture in the as regarding the Salmonella, and one by one we'll see the other organism also. Thank you.